we're on live.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're live? Are we live yet?
I think we're live.
Are we live?
Yes.
I can't tell without the finger guns. There it is.
Why is my God, my video is delayed.
Refresh, fix it.
I
We're
know,
live.
right? Well, here. Okay,
Hey, everybody.
do the
Technical
intro.
difficulties.
Do the
Welcome to Waking Up. This is our RPG podcast.
It is not our RPG podcast. God help us if it is.
This is our mental health podcast where we talk about religious trauma, regular trauma, and everything in between.
Yeah.
There's more? Okay. So, Anna
Oh
and I
my
grew up...
God. Okay, I think it caught up. I think we're caught up. Yes.
Okay.
Possibly, I don't know.
We'll figure it out. We'll fix it in post.
Okay, I think we're good.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Waking Up. I am Sean, and with me is my favorite co-host, Anna.
I love when I say, "Hey, do the intro," and you're like, "Not like we've been doing this for like 5 fucking years." That's
right,
fine.
Exactly. I've heard it a few times. Mm-hmm.
All right, God, I'll save you. Okay.
Oh, I mean, I can keep going if you want me to
Hello, everyone.
through
Welcome
it.
to Waking Up. I am Anna, and this is my co-host Sean. And obviously, we're awkward as fuck, and that's okay.
This is us.
This is who we are. This is how we live, and whatever. It is what it is. So, here on Waking Up, we talk about religious trauma, deconstruction, mental health, and recovery, and like recovering from our traumas. We don't talk about addiction recovery because that is not our journey, and that is not how it is. But yes, hello. So let's get to the disclaimer so that we can move on with today's topic. So it's a good one. I'm actually excited about this one. Yeah. So here on Waking Up, we're not here to bash anyone's faith or religion. We think faith and religion are beautiful things when done in a mentally and emotionally healthy manner. Sean and I, neither one of us, we are not therapists. We are not counselors. We are not any type of certified mental health specialist. It's not us. We're two trauma triscuits with cameras and a microphone, and talking about our mental health journey and our deconstruction journey on the internet. So please do not take anything that is said on this podcast as any type of replacement for a mental health professional. But if you do need professional help, we have information and that can help you get in touch with professionals in your area. So please contact us on our Discord, and we will be happy to send you that information. Yes, anything said on this podcast is entertainment/editorial purposes only. These are our own opinions and our own journeys. And sometimes they change. Our opinions change. Life happens. We grow. Shit happens. Like, I feel like our opinions now differ a whole lot from when we first started this podcast 5 years ago. So, yeah.
I would agree.
So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're not professionals. We're not it. So Sean and I both grew up in the Carolinas, Billy Graham territory, and we both grew up Southern Baptist. And for those of you who don't know what that is, Southern Baptist is a conservative evangelical denomination of the Protestant Christian faith. Good times. It was good times. We were in the late 90s, early aughts. It was pure purity culture and martyrdom and just pure religious trauma. We love that for us.
So good. Hey, it gave us a podcast.
It did give us a podcast.
And lots of trauma.
My parents took over that early.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Speaking of our topic, my parents gave that early. It's cool. The church just sort of reinforced shit. It's okay.
It's like when your parents open an account and start putting like those little savings bonds and things in them early, but at least mine did.
I was too poor when my kids were born.
Those my grandparents did that, but so here we are. trauma and
Oh,
everything.
and our new saying, thanks to my youngest hatchling,
Yes.
is our new motto here.
Yes, it is absolutely.
Other than the Southern Baptist motto, but our new motto, FYI, if it costs your mental health, it's too expensive.
Yeah, that's perfect. I love
And
that.
I love that. I love
Mhm.
that. It's just like if it costs you your mental health, it is too
It's
expensive.
on my fridge. It's that important. It is. It's on my fridge. Absolutely.
I know. My kids are great.
They
All
are great.
right,
Oh god.
Sean.
Yes.
Okay.
Today's topic.
So let me preface this with for those of you who are new here and haven't been watching before. Okay, so I love to use this metaphor. I love to use that our mental state, our brains are like houses. Okay. Our brains is like a house. You have the outside, you have the yard, the porch, the foundation, everything else, and then all of the shit that happens. And it feels like it's in constant renovation. And for some people, it's in constant disrepair and they're just
Mhm.
trying to like patch hole. Like I for sure was one that was just trying to like, patch holes in the foundation without actually fixing the foundation and all of this stuff. But we were what we built this house. Everybody has built this house on a blueprint. On a blueprint that none of us got,
Mhm.
none of us drafted, none of us this was not it.
When I read through this one, it reminded me of the last time I went to visit my parents' house.
Yeah.
It looks like one thing on the outside.
Mhm.
And then when you walk on the inside, I'm like, "Whoa, this is not like what is expected from the outside." Like outside looks normal, inside looks very different. I wasn't this wasn't none of this was my choice. I There were doors that I was not allowed to open. There were rooms I was not allowed to go into.
God.
There were places that I was not allowed to look in, like, or like I could see a cabinet, but what's in that cabinet? We don't know. I don't know. I don't remember what's in there.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
or
shit. I
yeah,
mean, fair enough.
where it's like, oh,
Fair
well,
enough.
what are we fixing for dinner? Oh, well, the stove doesn't work. We're like, wait, this is the house. This is the house we live in. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's that's what I feel like kind of being this topic reminds me of. It's like I didn't ask for any of this. This is weird. Or like it doesn't feel weird when I grew up in this house though. That's the thing. I grew up in that house.
Mhm.
So like it felt different going back to the house. Going,
And
whoa.
that is
Okay.
really the premise of it. That is a very real life example of our topic today.
Yeah.
And I know the title is a lot nicer. We didn't put any Arizona, but the blueprint was fucked up to begin with. That is
Yes,
the
that's
that
the
is
title.
literally the title that was that
Mhm.
we the blueprint was fucked up to begin with. And this all stemmed from a couple of things like my therapy session on Tuesday and some questions my therapist asked me and then which led to a lot of self-reflection and
Mhm.
fucking work and fucking sucks and it's
Mhm. Yeah.
I know it's good for me. It's like when you're exercising and
It's
it's
like
just like
oh yeah. It's like it's eating your vegetables.
it
You know it's good for you, but you're like, "Don't make me do it. Please don't make me do it." If I like just pick it up and put it back down, is that enough? Is
We got
that
those old math versus new math problems. This is the dude who
yes.
helps my kids with math homework. There are times where he literally is just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
But that's my blueprint looks like it was made with AI. Shit, you got yours with AI. Okay, cool, 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 cool.
Mhm.
But that's the whole thing is that our brains, if you think of your brain, if you're following this it's not a metaphor, this comparison I guess
Mhm.
of your brain is a house. We built and maintained this house on the blueprint that we had no say in. And it
Yeah.
made things normal. There are things
Oh my
that
god.
shouldn't have been normal, that should have been, that now as we are growing and healing and we are actually drafting our own blueprints and we are renovating our houses and doing the work and foundationally
Mhm.
changing who we are, you realize that shit you realize that shit wasn't normal. That's not
It's
okay.
it's crazy how we just normalize, we just associate, this is what we grew up in, this is normal. Like, growing up in a hoarder's house, this is just what it is. Growing up, like, with family dynamics and caregiver, oh, this is just how it is.
Mhm.
Growing up, getting, you're like, it's toxic relationship, then non-toxic. You're like, wait, this is a thing. This is possible.
Right.
The brain just goes, stop.
Right.
No, 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 no. This is not. Yeah.
Oh, and I love this line right here, and this is one of my favorite lines, which really fucking hit me, was there
Mhm.
is a difference between living in a house and understanding how it was built.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, first off, fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
first off, I
Exactly.
don't need you coming at me today.
Hmm.
But most people never get past the first part. They keep living there without asking why the walls are the way they are. And
Hmm.
here is where one of my philosophical beliefs, okay? And it there's a you're gonna this okay, this might be a little tangent, but it may
Okay.
or may not. It may be ran or not. The question is, can people change?
Mm. Hmm.
That's a big debate, because you have a lot of
That
people,
is.
people never change, people
Yeah.
can change, blah, blah,
Hmm.
blah, blah,
Back and forth.
back and forth. It is the chicken and the egg of the,
Mm.
interpersonal, world.
Yeah.
But I really do think that people can change. However, people cannot change cannot change fundamentally without dealing with the fundamental problems. That means
That's the big
actually
difference.
digging into your trauma, actually
Yes.
facing it, not gracing over it, like actually tearing the house down to the studs,
Yes.
fixing the foundation, fixing the load bearing walls.
Yeah.
Which is like dealing with the real trauma, and that, like, not the nice trauma, well, "Oh, this is trauma, and I'll just, it's fine, I'll talk about it and I'll move on." That's not dealing with
Mm-mm.
your trauma. Trust me, I know. Like, especially with somebody who's lived with CPTSD all her life, and so much to the point I thought it was a personality disorder. Understanding that you can change because I have changed, but you have to do the ugly.
Yeah. It's a lot. There's a lot of work involved. It is not happening overnight. It is not
No.
happening. It's not simple. Like, if in order to change, you should be able to name the work that has been done, that
Yes.
you are doing. It's not just, well, I just changed. I just thought about it a little bit, and I did some thinking. Yeah, no, you got to name it. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be a lot of work to get through, and it's got to be done. I've said this before. It's got to be done for yourself too.
Yes.
The
And it's
cat.
not performative.
No,
Because
yeah, it's.
I remember doing a
Mhm.
lot of stuff. I remember doing a lot of stuff. Okay, well, just tell me what to do and I'll do that. And as long as I'm doing
Yes.
that, then I must be changing, right?
Yeah.
But again, that's just like, okay, tell me how to patch the hole in the wall, or
Mhm.
when a foundation shifts and there's cracks in it. Okay, tell me how to fix the crack so it looks aesthetically pleasing, but I haven't fixed anything underneath. So yes,
Mhm.
okay, so I fixed what was happening on the wall, but I didn't fix what was underneath, so it's going to happen again. And there's no
Yes.
social media post, there's no social media therapist, and honestly, there's no real therapist that is going and just tell you, "Okay, just do XYZ and you'll be fine." No, you
Mhm.
have to put in the work, and it
Yes.
fucking
Mm. Mm.
sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Simply going to therapy is not enough.
No.
Watching the TikToks is not enough. It's ideas.
How
It's
many of
some
us have, like, watched the TikTok? Sorry, my hair is, like, doing this
Mhm.
weird flip out thing, and it's bothering me. Yeah, yeah, I'm being
Yeah,
girly today. I don't give a shit.
you you know what? That's fine. We'll take it. But yeah, watching the TikToks gives you that feeling of something like, oh
Right.
yeah, that makes sense. I can do that. I can totally. And again, performatively, you might be able to, but if you're not really engaging in the work and doing it and breaking it down and understanding what's happening below that, it's not going to be because as soon as you stop performing it, you're right back to where you were.
Right. Oh, but it's very much like, and I am sure that like watching those DIY, like how to do these house fixes. I'm
Oh my
sure that
God.
there are architects and carpenters and contractors who watch those TikToks that do the same, have the same reaction as I do to these performative. Ask these 3 questions of yourself every day and you'll be a better
Mhm.
person. I'm like, "Okay, cool. You tried to fit something into 60 seconds, just like any other like those do it yourself, like fix it type things. You try to fit those things in 60 seconds, but you're not explaining like, okay, this is why you need to do this and this is how you need to do this and here's the reason why this is a temporary fix and not a
Mhm.
permanent fix. And what could go wrong if you're not doing it correctly, like
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
it
They gotta be like, oh my god, it's and so the people that are watching this DIY fixes going, I can do this. I can totally do this. Hey, here, let me just do that. And there's a therapist that are going, oh my god, all right.
my therapist often
Well,
makes fun of those on like she because like her and I like she's I don't follow her on Instagram but like every now and then she'll like I thought this of you and it's like a quote or a saying or like a journal question and I'll be like
mhm,
all right
yeah,
but again it's one of those they don't explain that those are temporary fixes
mhm.
those aren't foundational fixes because you need to go to a professional and you need to do the work. And that's a little bit more than a 60 to 33-minute TikTok on how to fix the crack in your wall, how to improve your relationship with others in 3 minutes.
Uh, that's this entire self help, whether it's
Oh my
exercise,
God,
whether
I'm
it's
right.
mental health or physical health. That's the entire thing. If you just do these three things, it's like the 8 minute abs. It's the 8 minute abs of the mental health world.
I love
Oh
you.
my goodness.
My oldest hatchling, she's
Mm.
amazing. I love her so much. But that goes back to okay, so now we were never given this blueprint. So now we're stuck. It's like you inherited this
Yes.
house
Mhm.
and we just live there. And we live there for years. Just thinking the short circuit in the kitchen every time you plug something in.
That's just normal.
That's
It's shocky. It's just what we have. It's what we do.
it's shocking, all right? Like for How I Met Your Mother, but it's one of those like the squeaky floorboard or the sink that you have to turn a certain knob a certain way. This it's just you just learn to deal with it.
The dangerous thing there, if I can interject this, is it's not just we learn to live with it. It actually can become familiar.
Real gross, ew,
I
gross,
know,
ew,
right?
gross,
That's why I was like, I need to
ew.
interject this.
Why,
It
why, why,
becomes
why you gotta be that person?
that specific floorboard that creaks, that specific thing, the way that house settles.
Yeah.
Those little moments cannot just be things that we live with. They can be comforting. We can
Yes.
accept them. We can embrace them and become familiar. Oh, this. So when you're in another house, you're like, wait, why doesn't this house do that? And it feels weird because you're not. It's not familiar to you. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, just want to throw that in there.
Like
I know.
that for real made me
It
feel
felt
some
icky.
that
Yeah.
felt icky because you not wrong. You're not wrong
Yeah.
because and that blueprint and the foundation and all those things about that house and you just it does become comforting and familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And there are times when you know you've gotta fix it, and you end up fixing it, and sometimes you miss it. even though
Mhm.
you know there was no way that it could continue the way it was going on.
Yeah.
And that sucks. 'Cause you just like and it's not that you want it back or that you wanted it, but it's just like because it was so comforting.
Yeah. It was just part of how things went.
Oh,
Yeah. And so you're like, "Oh, I kinda miss how the house did this. I kinda miss how this felt," because you
right.
became so used to it.
Also,
Mhm.
you know how, like, when you renovate a room or you rearrange a room and you've gotten so used to how the room is set up, right?
Mhm.
But then you
Mhm.
either rearrange the room or you get new furniture or you do whatever,
Mhm.
whatever it is. But you're so used to the layout of the room
Oh, yes.
that when you go into the room, you end up like bumping into things, knocking things over, stubbing your toe.
Stubbing, oh my god.
Yeah, like
I find all the furniture with my toes.
but like yeah, or you go to like your body is just on automatic pilot like okay so you're used to a table being over here and you've moved it over here and you
Mhm.
just go and you realize fuck like you just you go to that thing and you catch yourself and go no that's not right I moved it now so things are different now and it's but your body is on automatic
It is.
pilot and sometimes it can go on for months and you're like I rearranged my rearranged the room 6 months ago, and I'm still going to, like, throw the trash away in the trash can that was over in this corner, but I moved it to that corner.
Yep. And sometimes it happens randomly years later where your brain just all of a sudden makes that connection like, "Oh, wait, that wasn't there." Okay. It just happens. It sticks around. But yeah, you make those changes and you're like, "Okay, no, no, no. It's not there anymore. I need to put it's over here. This is where I put it. I'm not going to think this way. I'm not going to move this direction, put this thing over here anymore. I'm supposed to be putting it over here."
Yeah.
You're like, but okay, and it takes a moment. Sometimes you have to consciously go, okay, nope, this is where it's at. This is the direction I'm going to go.
Yeah.
This is where I'm going to put my coffee mug.
Yeah.
Here's my new furniture. I'm not going to stub my toe.
Um, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so who drafted this shit for us? How
Oh,
did
parents.
how did this shit get drafted for us? And, our parents you know, how we
Hmm.
were raised, our family dynamics, it all
Yep.
starts really young. And like for me, I was the oldest daughter, I was the oldest parentified daughter. I was the black sheep. I
Hmm.
had a narcissistic mother. You know, everything was my fault. I was and so I was responsible to like there's a whole lot of things that as I was younger and was raised, and it just was a normal thing. And I remember being younger and that cognitive dissonance, and we've talked about this before, is that cognitive dissonance, even as a kid, you don't have the vocabulary to
Hmm.
name that discomfort, but you know that discomfort is there.
Something isn't right. Yeah.
And
Hmm.
and that's how a lot of your coping mechanisms that like you just that's how those form is because you don't like this feeling, something isn't right. But you're as a kid, you don't have any authority in that house. Your well-being, your safety, your
Hmm.
comfort, everything is dependent on your caregivers.
Yes. No, you have no autonomy. That came up in my therapy when it came to growing up in a house with hoarders.
Mhm.
It's like that discomfort. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what that meant. I don't know why exactly what was happening. The funniest time, the first time I mentioned it to one of my therapists about this is what I grew up in, and like this was just kind of normal, or like the feelings that I had were normal.
Mhm.
He was like, "Oh no, no, that's not normal."
Oh, don't you hate that? Don't you
Yeah,
hate that? Where
that's
you're
not
just
I'm
yeah.
like it for me, it was like, yeah, this is how I grew up, and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, that's like a whole thing we need to talk about. That
Do you
is not a
remember
s."
when Miko found out you grew up in a hoarding house?
That was like giving her a tasty morsel. She was like, "Oh, give me, give me, give me, give me. I need give me some of that sweet trauma."
Oh, I love Nico. I hope she
I
can
miss
come
Nico.
visit in December. I really do.
I do
I'm
too.
so
Yeah.
excited about that. You know
Yeah, it
what?
just
I want
mm,
you know what?
we need a
Last
special
last
episode.
we do. Well, yes, we do. But
Uh-huh.
last time she came to Texas was my 39th birthday, and do you remember
Ooh.
both of us ended up in the bathtub of an opposite like, we were in opposite like, because it was a suite.
Yeah,
We were in opposite rooms in the bathtub crying 'cause she was
dude.
just she was 2 bottles of
Oh,
Riesling deep, and we were deep into our trauma. We hadn't
I
even started our healing. It was just a
it
day
was
my
so
39th
bad.
birthday okay.
There was a lot of alcohol involved and a lot of and Riesling
And
and
a lot of tears. A
a
lot
lot
of
of tears.
tears. A lot of tears. But
I'm not buying the Riesling this year.
you know what? I'll do it because you know what? I feel like I've done enough work that if my tears happen, it's going to be tears of pride. It's going to
Oh,
be
all
tears of
right.
pride. I
All right.
feel like that's, and even if it's not tears of pride, I feel like I'll be okay with it.
It sounds like a
I
plan.
feel like my foundation and my load bearing walls are fucking strong enough now.
There we go. All right.
Nah. I have until December. I got
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You got a couple months. But
but
yeah, th-
yeah,
that's what we grew up in. That was what we was. That was the house we were given,
yeah.
and we thought it was normal.
And it modeled our relationships with people, and when we relationships with people, like friendships, how we interacted with people, our roles within those dynamics, friendships,
Hmm.
romantic relationships, professional relationships, relationships between you and the person in authority.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Oh. Mm.
yeah,
Yeah. We it was just given to us. We had no
yeah,
say in that.
no,
None. And it just it that blueprint was the template for all of our interpersonal skills.
yes.
We didn't even know it. We had
Oh,
no words, no concepts of what was being done. Oh, yeah.
a few specific load bearing walls stand out. Um, Oh, yes. Well, okay, let me go to the next the one that was right above it. There's a difference between being raised in a house and being asked about how it should be built. And that's a huge one.
Mhm.
I've never had a house built. I've had friends who've had houses built, you know. But it's very much in that vein of here we're living in this house. I built this house how I like it. I built this house how I want it, and you're just going to live there. And this is what you're going to inherit, and this is your house now. Okay.
I I took right there, that this is your house, this is what you've made, and this is and then telling other people this is how you're going to live in it.
Yeah.
That's the lesson that I was taught by my family dynamics. It came paternal, this is my house and you're living in it.
Hmm.
And everyone else just has to accept it. I carry that into my marriage.
Oh, how so?
This is my house. I pay the bills. I am the head, and
Oh.
especially growing up in the church, head of the household, in charge, makes the rules. I carry that into my relationships, but then especially into the marriage. And yeah, that's a problem. So this is my house. I make the decision. And so I was doing, I haven't realized this until later. I was doing things unilaterally. I was making choices about how everyone in this house was going to live without conversation, without discussion. It was just, this is how it's going to be because I want it to be this way. And you just have to suck it up. Yeah. And that's where I got it from, because that's what my house was like when I grew up.
I feel
Dad
like
made all
that's
the
the most
decisions.
vulnerable, honest thing that you've said in a while.
Probably.
That's very
Yeah.
honest. I appreciate that. I think that's what that face was for. It was not shock.
Yeah.
It was just like you were being very vulnerable and honest. I am pointing that out because
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I appreciate the honesty
Well, thank you for pointing
and
it
the
out. Yeah.
vulnerability. Like that's a big deal because it's accountability.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can't because I thought about my marriage. I mean, I've been divorced for many years now, but I
Yeah.
still the stuff still think comes up. I still think about it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is how I treated the people in my house. This is how I treated my relationships. This is how I oh huh, gross. Yeah, I give myself the ick.
Ew.
I'm like,
Ew.
oh god, yeah. But that's the blueprint I was given.
Yeah.
This is how your relationships are. This is how your home, how you run your home, how you run your dynamics, the family dynamics.
I think mine was, well, because I also was raised in a Southern Baptist home, but also with it being the black sheep, and the family dynamic of I'm the problem. It's my
Mhm,
job to fix it. And so it lended me to, as a lot of you know, to the constant apologizing just for
mm,
breathing, just for existing.
mhm,
Fear, a lot of fear. I lived my life in a lot of fear. And I didn't honestly until even recently. Um I didn't realize how much fear I was living under, and the blueprint of fear was so it's almost like black mold. Okay, we're gonna keep running with this
yeah.
with this comparison. It's like black mold, and how it like I wonder why I'm sick. I wonder why these things. I wonder why they're falling. It was because it permeated into everything,
Mhm,
everything. Fear. And fear was because, as you know, fear is a primal, it is one of those foundationary
mhm,
emotions that like anger and sadness and all those things
mhm,
branch off of. But fear, um, and how I lived my childhood in fear. Fear I wasn't good enough. Fear I wasn't lovable. Fear I wasn't doing enough. Fear of making a mistake. Fear of being my own person. Fear of making my own choices. Fear of how things looked, how I did things, things I said, choices I made. And
mhm,
so that and that permeated into my marriage. That permeated into my relationships long before my marriage. That
yeah.
permeated into how my family dynamics, that into my friends and the people I surrounded myself with. Because I remember so many times saying, I'm just I'm just the old coat. I used to call myself the old coat. People would only use me or come to me or want to be around me.
Mhm,
And unless they wanted comfort, they wanted support,
mhm,
they wanted whatever. And then when the weather was good and everything was fine and their life was good, hung up and forgot about.
mhm,
And I was like and that fed into my abandonment issues because of being an anxious attachment, and especially with the CPTSD, it all stemmed from fear. And that
yeah.
was the foundation that my entire blueprint was built off of.
Mm,
That was my foundational emotion. I was always afraid. I was always afraid that my husband didn't love me enough. I was always afraid that I wasn't good enough for him. I was always afraid that I wasn't a good enough mom to my kids. I was always afraid that I wasn't a good enough employee, that I wasn't just a good enough person. I was always afraid. And
mhm,
it sucks.
yeah.
It sucks. But I know now. I know now what it is. And I went, "You know what? No, I think it's time. I think it's time to work on that."
Good.
And I think that my foundation isn't built on fear anymore. I think my foundation is, again, just like with the post-traumatic growth, when you tear things down to the studs, like I have, and you fix the foundation, you confront the fear and you address the fear and you acknowledge that foundational emotion that you were raised under. It stops being fear. And I mean, maybe, okay, maybe the fear doesn't always completely, because again, it doesn't always none of this always goes away. Because remember, I will be hammering this home because this is my new favorite fucking thing is post-traumatic growth because fuck it.
Mhm.
But post-traumatic growth, the growth that you have is built on the acknowledgement of the trauma. So my foundation now of who I am, the fear is still there, but it's built on being brave because you can't be brave without being afraid.
Mhm.
And I think that is the growth. I didn't completely rip out my foundation. What I did is I I fortified it.
Mhm. Leveled it,
I,
fortified it,
I leveled
made it
it.
stronger.
Right. I
Mhm.
didn't change the whole foundation. What I did was I made it stronger.
That's good.
And that was a rant.
No, no,
That was
that
a
was
little bit of a
good.
rant. That was a yeah.
Yeah, because
So
that's well, it's some it, well, it's run your entire life.
yeah,
It's been your blueprint for your entire life,
yeah,
and it has because again, it's the foundation. So everything that happened in your life was all coming
yeah.
back to. So that's big. That's huge.
Right.
So I'm proud of you for working on that, for making that change. It's big.
Oh, thanks.
Mhm.
Sometimes if it's hard.
It wasn't easy.
Sometimes.
Yeah. hmm
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. You're like, sometimes when it feels like I did that thing. I made it through that. Sometimes you look back and go, oh yeah, I've been working on this thing because when you're in it, it doesn't always feel like you're making any progress. But there's a point where sometimes you're like, oh yeah, I did that. I rebuilt that. I redid the blueprint. I rebuilt the foundation. And so take a moment, appreciate it.
What's your foundation?
Um, hmm. I have. I think fear plays a big part in it because fear plays into the golden child just as much, just for different
Mm.
reasons. And
Mhm,
so like because I have abandonment fear as well.
mhm.
Um and so but I respond to it in a different way. I respond to it in the need to be perfect, the need to have it all together, the need to not show any mistakes, the not that I have to be this idea that I have created or someone else has created for me
Yeah.
that I have to live up to. It has to be the perfect home. There can't be any mistakes in the home. No cracks, nothing out of place. And if something's out of place, well, who moved that? Who did that? Oh, did you do that? That must have been your fault because it wasn't like that before.
Rude, rude,
I know,
rude,
right?
rude,
Yeah, yeah,
rude, rude. I mean, we've talked about this
yeah.
before. I mean, honestly, black sheep and golden child, and as somebody, and we've explained this before, but for those of you who don't know or whatever, um, the dynamic of black sheep golden child often comes from emotionally immature parents or
Mhm.
narcissistic parents, and they pit children against each other.
Yep.
And I don't think that they do it on purpose. Let me say
No.
this. I honestly don't think that they do it on
Mm-mm.
purpose. I just don't think that they are self-aware enough. Again, emotionally immature parents and their own traumas, that it just is what they do. Just like people with personalities, narcissists. Narcissists
Mhm.
don't think that they're narcissists. Like
Mm-mm.
they don't. They
Mm-mm.
don't. And that's okay. Like no, it's not okay. Let me scratch that rewind. They're just not aware. But
Yes.
we've explained this before is that the black sheep and the golden child are two sides of the same coin. The
Yes.
foundational trauma is the same. It is the how we were treated out in that trauma and the expectations of being treated in that situation. Um so it
Yeah.
makes sense that your foundation is fear as well. It's just different.
You're talking about the comparing.
Yeah.
My older brother, I don't know how much I've talked about this, but my older brother, when growing up, was the rebel. He not as in a rebel, as in like he drove a Harley, that kind. No, but he fought everything. He was contrary to everything. He was
Sorry, I hit my mic.
the
But
guy. He was
it's fine.
he was the first to reject the religion. He was always acting out. He was always trying to break the rules. He
You
was
mean
the
live his
rebel.
own life? You
Yes.
mean be a normal teenager and
Yes.
actually like have their own opinions and want to be treated like they are in their a teenager?
The difference is he also caused me a ton of trauma directly.
What?
Yeah,
I
he was
mean,
he repeatedly he repeatedly punched me in the face. Wonder why I have an aversion to being hit in the face? There it is. Broke my glasses, was constantly insulting. It, like he really did a number on me. And when I brought this up to my parents my mother a couple years ago, her response was, "Well, boys will be boys." So anyway, I have an older brother who was the rebel and calls my mother all kinds of grief. My mother would regularly complain to me about him,
uh-huh.
and how he was so difficult, and like she was always complaining. She was often complaining about him to me. So as the middle child, or as the second child, because I wasn't a middle child for like 8 years. So at that point, I was it I took on the responsibility of being the perfect child. Well, so I spent my childhood not to be my older brother and not being the rebel. So I conformed to everything
Hmm.
because my fear was being someone who was rebellious and being someone who and so I wanted to be accepted. And so I didn't want my mother to talk about me the way she talked about my brother. So yeah, so that's how I became the perfect child, or the golden child. And that's how I've lived my life, is trying to be that, trying to be perfect, everything in place. When everyone can see I'm not. It's like the
Oh, hold on.
I th-
Sorry, my
I thought
stepchild. My
about
bad. Shit.
oh, you're on mute. I think you may have hit the button too much, one too many
Mm,
times.
okay, hold on. It's not saying
Did
I'm
I
on
lose
it.
your wait, hold on.
Hold, please.
No? Okay.
I
Like
adjusted
my
my
headphones are
mic,
still on, right?
but it's saying that.
Um
Well,
while you're working on that,
they can
it
hear me
makes
on the
me
stream.
okay, it makes me think of like they do this in a bunch of movies. I'm thinking of the movie It, where the person walks in the house and the house is really nice and it's all put together, and then something happens and it breaks the illusion of that house. It was also in R.I.P.D. with Ryan
Okay, it was
Reynolds.
definitely a ninja and not on the stream, so they could hear me on the stream.
Okay, so it was just Ninja. All right, got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
But like everything looks perfect, but then something shifts, and like all of a sudden you see all of the house is destroyed, dilapidated, corrupt, whatever. Like I see myself as like I'm trying to keep this thing perfect. It's got to be all in place. Everybody else is seeing the other side. Everybody else is going, it's not. This is not a perfect house. I don't know what you think you're seeing, but this is not perfect. But my attempt was to keep everything looking a certain way.
Yeah.
So, because I didn't want people to leave me, I thought if it wasn't perfect, if I wasn't perfect, the people in my life would would not accept me. My mother would not accept me. My parents would not accept me.
You know, it's crazy because it is one of those things, and that this is a load bearing wall, what we would call a load bearing wall.
Hmm.
What we built, like you have your foundation. The foundation is what the emotion that you built all of these things on, and these are the things that held your house together, like held your house. This was the things that is holding everything else up, and your load bearing walls were you had to maintain
Hmm.
perfection,
Yes.
and you had to maintain and make sure that everything looked the right, that you did the right thing, that blah blah blah.
Hmm.
Whereas in mine, this is where the black sheep, and it becomes a different
Yeah.
layout. Whereas in mine is that I was never going to be good enough. So I spent all my time trying to be perfect
Hmm.
because I was never going to be good enough.
Yeah.
So you were just trying to maintain this status. I was always trying to earn this
Earn the
status.
status. Yeah. Both seeking perfection, but for different reasons
Absolutely.
and from a different direction. Yeah.
Both carrying the weight of whatever it is you're
Yeah.
building this shit around. But there it is.
Oof. There's our blueprint. There's our
Why
Blueberry
do I this
Wall.
I thought this
Ugh.
one was gonna be a fun one. My
How
bad.
many? If we had a nickel for every time we were like, "This is
My
gonna be a
bad.
fun,"
I thought this
yeah.
one was gonna be light and easy. My freaking
It's
bad. It's
it's like
okay.
how many times have you go to a therapy session going, "I don't really have much to talk about, but let's just throw this
Listen,
one
listen,
thing
listen,
out."
listen. I don't need you being all up in my sessions like that.
And
Rude.
then I'm all up in my sessions like that.
I love how southern I got with that because that's
Yeah,
where
it
I'm
is.
at.
Yeah.
You know those tells. You know those
The
tells.
southern,
The
yeah.
southern drawl. Either I'm really, really angry or some I'm really, really
Or sick.
uncomfortable.
You do it when you're sick too.
Do I really?
Yeah, you do it. Yeah, you get more southern when you're sick.
I
Mhm.
had no idea. Well, I'm sick, so I don't feel like I don't feel
There you
good,
go.
so it's fine. I don't
See?
care. But yeah, when I'm feeling really emotional, my southern comes
Southern drawl comes out.
way out.
Yeah.
Welcome to trauma. When I'm hitting my
Woo!
trauma, the drawl comes
The
out, honey.
drawl. Mhm.
You hear that Carolinian accent
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
Um,
So,
okay. So what did we do with this blueprint? What did we
what are we doing now with this blueprint, or what did we do at the time?
what we did with it? What happened?
We modeled everything after it. We modeled our entire lives and our family,
Yeah.
our dynamics, our friends. We
Yeah.
look for friends. We look for people. We look for we looked for relationships that reinforced it.
Gross, gross. You need to
Sorry.
get the fuck you get oh, what did I tell you about warning? Warning. No, you
So-
gotta warn people before you start hitting their fucking triggers. That's horse shit.
My bad. I apologize. I should have
You
trigger
know
warning that.
better. You gotta put the
I do.
warning on the
I do.
screen. You gotta flash the lights. What
Flash
the
the
hell?
lights. I gotta pause.
What the hell? Okay. All right, go
If you're
ahead.
not ready for this, please mute your button. Hit your mute button right now. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, in case you were on mute for a second, we we modeled we modeled our relation. We sought after people.
My eye is
who got-
twitching.
I know,
Okay.
who reinforced that blueprint.
Uh,
We look for people who were like were
yeah.
that it made sense when
Yeah.
we put laid this blueprint over top. We were like, yeah, this all just kind of fits together. It makes sense. And interestingly enough, the black sheep golden child dynamic, or the black sheep golden child, often is a dynamic that
Why'd you
fits.
come hold my hand? Yay.
Yes, it fits together. And it fits together in a toxic way. That's what I mean by fit together. Is because
Hold on,
at
I'm getting a little
first,
dizzy. Hold on, okay.
I know, because
I'm being dramatic today.
yeah, because a fun fact, my ex was a black sheep. Is a black sheep.
Oh, shocker.
I know, right?
What?
Um,
No wonder we hated each other.
yeah, and so it feels like, because the initial interaction, that trauma speaks to each other, the way we treat each other, the way we attempt to strive for perfection,
Mhm.
it plays off of each other, and so it's very toxic, but it feels good.
I think it feels good. Okay, maybe you can explain. Okay, so it did model so we're going off
Mhm.
this blueprint, right? And we
Yeah,
just think the golden child,
yeah.
the behavior first off is normal.
Hmm.
We don't see it as unnormal or not normal
Hmm.
because we're just used to that personality and that presence in our sphere.
Hmm.
Also, it reinforces, and we talked about our
Hmm.
beliefs about ourselves and how our beliefs are things that are constantly said about us, which again, our beliefs are a part of the blueprint.
Hmm.
It reinforces the belief about ourselves. So it is normal and it is comfortable and it is comforting
Hmm.
because one, it reinforces that, okay, maybe this isn't wrong, it's right. I am
Hmm.
right about myself. But here's why we find it here. Well, my opinion, here's
Hmm.
why we search for the opposite. Like I'm a black sheep, you're a golden child,
Hmm.
is because then this other person, like for me as the black sheep, this perfect person loves me and I'm good enough
Mhm.
I'm good enough for them.
Yeah.
I'm good enough for them. They love me. I am lucky enough that this person who is perfect, has it all together, is like this just model human being, which of course they're not.
Mhm.
They got all of their shit just like you just said. It's all
Mhm.
looks shiny. But they love me. And now I'm so lucky and they can help me
Mhm.
fix what is broken in me.
Could have been it. Could have been it.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, 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 hey.
This is what we lived
It
for
is.
many
Oh
years.
yeah.
And see on the Golden Child side, it's similar. So you're looking at the from the Black Sheep, you're looking at the Golden Child and going, oh, they're perfect. They can
Oh
help
yeah.
fix me. The Golden
Worship. I
Child,
worship.
see, and what is the
Worshipped.
Golden Child looking for? The Golden Child
Yeah.
is wanting, needing that worship. That,
Yeah.
oh, you're perfect for me. You're perfect. You do
I'm
because
so lucky.
I'm so lucky.
I'm so
Oh,
lucky because I'm not good enough.
and I'm yes, and I'm so lucky because I have this person who's like that striving for perfection. Someone acknowledges that. Someone acknowledges that. Oh,
And
you
you
have
can save
reached
them and you can
perfection.
correction you correction.
Fix it. Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
You
sometimes,
can.
but
This is where the white knight comes out.
yeah.
This is where I can fix that. I can help fix them, and which fixing them makes me feel that perfection that that I'm not because I'm not fixing myself, but I can fix them, and so that feeds into the
And
need for
you and as the black sheep, again, these are all like, what did we do with this blueprint? This all
this is
feels
it.
normal. This all
Yeah,
feels normal.
yeah.
This
Feels I don't know
all
if it feels normal, but feels good.
Yes, yes. So it
Mm,
all feels normal. Trust me. It feels like nothing. It feels like, oh, this is love. This is what being in love is. And trust me,
yeah.
I've gone through dozens of relationships where the dynamic has all been the same.
Hmm.
Very much like this. And it feels good and it feels normal. And you finally feel like somebody sees you
Hmm.
and appreciates you.
Hmm.
And but what happens, and this is 40 years of tested research and all the relationships that I had. This is scientifically proven on my end, at least for me.
Hmm.
Um, what happens is that because my parent the way I was the blueprint that I'm working off of, um, is all of a sudden it's like, okay, then what comes back up is my black sheep. I'm always the
Hmm.
problem. So when I get told that I'm the problem, because just like you said early in the show, the golden child is like, it's not my fault. It has to be your fault.
Hmm.
For me, then I'm like, you're right. I'm the problem because it's
Hmm.
normal. Because it's
Hmm.
normal for me to go, I mean, okay, maybe I might have done something to upset you, but I'm not 100% like I'll take accountability for my that's healthy. But no,
Hmm.
no, no. When you take on all the accountability and then you start shrinking yourself, then you start and I remember this in a lot of my relationships where I would get very frustrated and angry and hurt and then it would get blown up into an argument and it would get into a fight and then I'm like I changed for you. I did these things. I thought that this is what you wanted. And
Hmm.
they would go, we never we never asked you for that. But
Hmm.
I would because that's how I was raised.
Hmm.
The things that I did that I wanted that made you uncomfortable, that caused conflict, that caused these things because it was my fault, then I need to be the one to change it. Because as I often say in therapy, if I'm the problem, then I could be the solution, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, if it's all yours to fix, you can fix it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So great.
And as the golden child, as the relationship progresses and those problems, those cracks start to appear,
Keep going. It's my hour long. Now I've hydrated
it's
enough
your
that I gotta
it's
pee.
your bathroom. Yeah.
It's my bathroom break. Go ahead.
Yeah. So as those cracks appear in the relationship where which seem to be perfect, And the one who's the black sheep starts to feel that pressure of it's always my fault. Like the sheen is rubbing off now. And they're like, oh my god, why is it always my fault? Why am I the and when there starts to be some pushback or some expectation of other accountability, the golden child, me, starts to sees those things not as a conversation, but as an attack. As a golden child, you are suddenly pointing out holes or breakdown in the perfect golden sheen that I've try to put on everything. And so, oh my God, what this isn't perfect. And I then begin getting very defensive because I'm trying to protect I'm trying to protect this perfection. And so I'm deflecting, I am getting defensive, I'm trying to attack back. And that starts to break down. So I'm looking for people to blame. I'm looking for it to be someone else's fault. And of course, whose fault where am I gonna go with that? Right to the black sheep. Right. So
Right.
all of that just starts to break down, and it can happen really harshly, and it can happen very like a flip of a switch.
Right.
Once that crack starts to happen, once that piece breaks off, the rest of it just starts to just demolish
Mhm.
and fall apart. And then then the toxicity of it becomes very apparent.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then that cycle just keeps going.
But when we get it, and then when you get to that place,
Mhm.
how many of us, and I'm gonna preface, and I'm gonna ask this to make it
Mhm.
clear, how many of us, when we see there's a problem with the house, do we go, maybe, do we question, maybe there's something wrong with the foundation? Especially those of us who are just laymen. Like, if you're a contractor, if you're, like, in construction, it's like, okay,
Mhm.
maybe that's because you know what to look for. You know what to look for, you know what the
Yeah.
when this problem arises, then this
If
I'm
you're
gonna
knowledgeable about
right,
it,
if you have the knowledge, if you have the
the
skill,
experience.
the
Yeah.
experience. But when
But the
you
rest of
don't, the
us,
rest of us don't think, "Oh, well, the foundation's cracked," or,
no,
"This load-bearing wall is in the wrong spot, and it's carrying a lot of weight that
shouldn't be.
it shouldn't be. That's why the
Yeah.
ceiling's caving in," like,
Yeah. Yeah. As
but so
someone
you
who's
just ignore it. You just walk around it, and again,
it becomes normal.
it becomes normal.
Yeah, or you try to paint. You try to paint over something.
Mhm.
Again, you try to make a superficial fix. Because how many times have we done that in a relationship? Okay, well, I'll just do this differently. Yeah, I'll
We're
just.
gonna shove this in the room, we're gonna lock the door, we're just
We're
not going to
not
look
going
at
to
it.
talk about. Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
We're just going to not talk about that.
Not
What's
talk
it?
about this.
It's like in the IT crowd. Don't go
Mm-mm.
no, there's
No,
nothing in that red door.
no,
Ignore
don't
the
go
red
through
door.
it.
The ecosystem, like, it really is that
Yes.
episode. It's like, you're destroying the ecosystem, Jen.
Oh, relationships that are built upon maintaining the ecosystem of the relationship.
Listen, bitch, I
All
need you to get out.
energy.
Get
No,
out. What again? You gotta warn shit. What are you
sorry.
doing?
I keep.
Trigger warnings.
I'm sorry.
I know, I get it. I get it. I get it. Your
It just
vulnerability.
the thought cut. Yeah,
I am
I'm
proud of
just
your vulnerability.
and I say maintaining that the entire relationship becomes the energy of the relationship becomes maintaining the status quo.
Yes.
Just keeping
Yes.
just keep things going. Just let and that's where for me like the silence means no conflict.
Right.
If there's no conflict, that's where that kind of developed for me is like if I can just maintain
Yeah.
the equilibrium, it's fine. Just
But we
handle
learned
it's
that as
like
kids.
yeah, you're right because that was what I grew up in as well. There was no conflict. It was just there was no all conflict was handled all like parental conflict was handled behind closed doors, and there was no modeling of healthy conflict in my house.
Again, mine was the opposite. There was a lot of yelling, and in the middle of the common living areas, it's
See,
just
mine was an attempt was my dad making a decree my mother attempting to provide a counter to that, my dad then going 1, 2,
Oh, I forgot your dad was the counter.
that's a counter. And then the conversation stopping in front and eventually maybe eventually happening behind closed doors. Maybe. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what was modeled for me. So how do I handle why do I handle conflict poorly? Why am I conflict averse? I mean, there we go. I don't do the counseling thing, by the way. I that is that. Mm-mm.
I only do that with my kids.
Well, yeah, but like, I thought my dad was doing it to calm him. That's a whole. Actually, that's like a whole other kind of episode. Honestly,
I remember you talking about
we
that.
were talking about that, and you're like, you about went off. You were like, I'm sorry, your dad does what?
Oh, I know. But yeah. And that's when, okay, that like when you're just sealing rooms off and you're just again maintaining the status quo, knowing something's wrong, but things are familiar, you're just living in the house, like it's just the house. Like you don't question any of it. Like
Mhm,
you just don't. That's when squatters, those uninvited guests, those voices in your head, those people, that's when that moves in. Like you didn't realize that the demons moved upstairs in the guest room that you never go in because as long as you don't go in there, it's fine.
mhm.
Occasionally, like you'll open the door and see
Or
them and
throw
be
something
like,
in there.
throw it back and just close the door, but, like,
Yeah.
that's when, like, you realize you're holding on to a lot of stuff, and but not acknowledging it, and then that's where, like and it starts from childhood and gets
Mhm,
reinforced in all your friendships, all your romantic relationships, and all those things, it gets reinforced, the demons just get more comfortable, you just get used to them. It's like the raccoon that lives in your attic, you're just like, "Mm, that's George." Like, you
mhm.
just don't question He's like, "A raccoon should not be living in your attic." I'm like, they make a
Yeah,
nest,
I
it's
mean, it's
fine.
fine. It's
They're
good.
not bothering
They've been
me."
there for yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're not bothering you. Sure, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
occasionally
nothing
they
wrong
chew on
with
the
it.
wire and we have to go replace it, but it's fine,
It's
like,
fine.
you
You
do
we
yeah.
normalize that we have the ability to normalize a lot of stuff.
Listen. Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, we do.
And we actually just, like, renovate around the cracks, like, it's just, "Okay, we're just going to fix the aesthetics of it."
We're just gonna move a
Uh
shelf unit in front of the space.
right, and it's very much like that, like, the ceiling's caving in, okay, so you just sort of, like, put some, like, boards and just
Yeah.
it's fine.
Just gonna paint over it.
Yeah, paint over the mold. Oh my god,
Yeah.
painting over the
Paint over it.
mold.
Mhm.
Um, oh god, okay,
Yeah.
okay, go ahead.
We said this before. Familiar doesn't mean safe. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it
It's still
does.
gross. Uh-huh. Yeah. Would you like to talk about that? Would you like to give us some examples of that?
No,
No.
I don't.
Don't.
No, I don't. I mean, no, you're right. You're right.
But yeah, but
Familiar is not safe.
I've done. I mean, it's
Yeah.
very much. It's how again. That's how we often. That's how I've ended up in multiple very unhealthy relationships or friendships is because I equated. Oh, I recognize this. This is safe. This is familiar. Therefore, must be safe. This is what I'm used to. This is what's normal. Oh, I moved into another house that also has a raccoon in the attic. Oh, okay. Well,
Right?
I'm used to that sound. I'm used to the wires being chewed. Not a big deal. It's fine.
I mean,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool.
I still have
Oh,
my dishes from the other one. It's fine.
yeah, exactly. Let
I'll
me
just
just take
scratch out
let me
George and write Fred. I don't like here we go.
I've still got the Tupperware containers with my names in Sharpie on it. It's fine.
Uh
Yeah.
rude.
Just I know. Sure. But yeah. So we have to recognize that is this actually safe or is this just familiar? and that's why it feels that way. Which is, I'm still working on trying to recognize that. Like I'm still that's I'm not I'm
That's
by no means am I saying that I know how to do that perfectly. No.
because here's the shitty thing, folks, and we have said it before, and
Mhm.
we're gonna say it again because my our therapist say it to us on a weekly. When you are healing from unhealthy, it is going to be uncomfortable
Mhm.
and does
Yes.
not feel good. Healthy
Mm.
doesn't feel good. Does it eventually get to that? Yes. But when
Mhm.
you are actually tearing everything down to the studs, when you're actually fixing the problems, things get worse and they feel worse
Mhm.
before they get better.
Mhm. Yep. I know it sucks.
It fucking sucks.
It does. Ah.
And it wasn't like and for those of you who've been on this journey with us, have been here for the 5 years that we've been on this show, and just even the time when I was solo streaming, and even times when I would just do my random, random ramblings of Arugs and just pop
Mhm.
up streams. It a lot of times it was coming from a place of pain,
Mhm.
but I knew it was healthy,
Mhm.
but it still sucks.
Yeah.
And you think it's never ending. And it's just like when you're tearing the sheetrock down, the moldy sheetrock, and you are like, and we're going to keep using this metaphor through the whole thing because
Mhm.
that's the point. When you're tearing down the moldy sheetrock, and you're doing, and everything is bare.
Ooh.
And okay, this might be a rant, this might be a cry, I don't know, but okay. So in my experience, again, this is all coming from my personal experience. When I started tearing the sheetrock down, and I said, I want to renovate. I cannot, this is not okay. The foundation is cracked. The load bearing walls are not supporting where they need to be supportive. They are not doing any good. The raccoons don't need to be in the attic. I need to rewire the house. I need
Mhm.
to, and it's not aesthetic. I want to foundationally build a house that I am happy with, not that I can just live in.
Mhm.
And so when I started stripping the sheetrock down, and I said, fuck it. And I just started just really exposed. And I felt raw, and I felt exposed. And I felt like the wiring in the house is very much like my nervous system. Like it was always on. There was no turning that off, that I was always getting electrocuted. Things were always short circuiting me. And it was just, I felt so exposed. And I felt like, and for any of us that are neurodivergent, and sometimes people who are neurotypical, but like you say, okay, I want to start this project. I'm going to clean out this room, and you put all the shit in the middle of the room, and you look around and you just get exhausted just by looking at how much work actually needs to be done. And that's
Mhm.
how I felt for a couple of years, when I first started, and I started really ripping away all of that stuff. And even and just when you think that you're at a place where you're like, oh look, okay, we're good, we're solid, we're good, no, then something else comes up, because that always happens. Something else comes up and you got to redo something because it wasn't done correctly the first time or whatever. And I'm standing there, and I felt raw, and I felt exposed, and I thought that it was overwhelming, and like it was never ending. And I just thought, I'm too broken. This house just needs to be completely demolished. And for those of you who know, um, that this house just needs to just be leveled, because there's no saving it.
Mhm.
And the reality is that is just the start, and that you just have to have a little faith in yourself. And that's when I had to look at myself, and I had to look at my foundation. And that's where the post traumatic growth really kicked in, and going, we can work with this. But you have to trust the experts. You have to do what we say. You have to do it how it is. Like you have to trust the experts. And it doesn't feel right now. It doesn't feel good now. It feels wrong now to do it this way because you're doing it right this time.
Mm-hmm.
So it does feel uncomfortable and it doesn't feel right. And yeah, you're gonna move the load bearing wall to something that is stable, that is healthy, that is good, and is going to last. And yeah, you're gonna forget that that's what you've moved it, and you're gonna run into it, and it's gonna, and you're gonna hurt yourself, and you're gonna feel like, fuck, well, I forgot, and all of these things because it takes time, just like any renovation. But then again, I fortified my foundation. I didn't take away the fear. I fortified it. I built upon it. I recognized it. I go, okay, this foundation is built on a lot of, swampy bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do what we need to do that should have been done the first time. But we're going to do this. We're going to fortify it. We're going to build that solid foundation. We're not going to get rid of it. We're going to fortify it. Okay, now we fortified it. And that was hard. That was a long process. We're not just fixing the cracks. So we're actually going to have to put in some work, time, and money
Mm-hmm.
and invest. Okay, I've invested in fixing the foundation. Again, this is why I don't think that a person can change. A person can change, but they can only change after they've addressed their traumas and the problems, the foundational problems. You can't you can't just go, okay, well, I'm just gonna tear down this wall and rebuild another one. No, no, you have to fix it from the foundation up. A person can fundamentally change, but you have to do the work. And you have to be willing to do the work and put it in the investment. You have to invest the time. And you have to invest the emotional energy. And you have to invest in the understanding that it's going to hurt. And then I'm standing there, my foundation's solid, but I'm still feeling very exposed because now we're down to the studs and everything's out in the open. And you're looking around, you're going, okay, what next? And you're like, okay, well, let's start with the next important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do that.
Mm-hmm.
You move the load bearing walls. You start, okay, so you dealt with the foundation and now you start dealing with the load bearing walls, which is the belief about yourself. Those things that you're telling yourself. You go, okay, this belief that I am not good enough and that I'm the problem, that's not doing anything. That's actually hurting me. That's actually not supporting where it needs to go. It is not doing what it needs to do. It is not where, like, okay, we're gonna tear that down and we're gonna put the where it needs to be, which is I'm more than enough, just as I am, not anything else, not how I look, not how much I weigh, not my accomplishments. I am just who I am is good enough. And that I'm not the problem. Can I be the problem? Yes, I can be the problem, but I'm not a monster. I'm not mean. I'm not evil. I'm human. Okay, that's another one. And now I'm going to be like, okay, well, this part where it's sloping here never had a foundation. So now here's where I'm holding my boundaries. Okay, I'm adding this belief about myself that it is okay for me to hold boundaries. That doesn't make me evil. That doesn't make me selfish. That just means that now a belief about myself is where it needs to be. I'm getting the support and that self-validation that it's okay. That like there. Okay, so look. All right, something else. Now let's go to our nervous system. Let's go to our electrical wiring. Let's go to all of those things. And that is a bigger one. Because as anybody knows who have messed with electricity and shocked themselves and done all this shit,
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Mhm.
sometimes it's out of control and you're just hoping it doesn't burn the motherfucking house down, which sometimes it does, and you're just like, "Eh,"
No.
and you put it and
Alright.
you get the fire extinguisher and you just put it down and you paint over the burnt marks and go, "It's fine." Like, it's not it
Let's
can
try the
just
next breaker.
yeah, it's cool.
Mhm.
But then you have to rewire and retrain your whole nervous system, and that's uncomfortable,
Oh, yeah.
and it feels so dangerous.
It does. Mhm.
Because what brought you comfort before? What brought you soothing before? What brought you the feel good dopamine before? Now all of a sudden you're sitting there going, that's not okay. I need to do the healthy thing. And the healthy thing feels uncomfortable because it's not bringing me that shot of dopamine. The healthy thing is it's running through the right circuits. And you know what? It should feel this way. I should feel uncomfortable.
Mhm.
And as long as, it'll be fine. I have the right safety switches. It's a lot.
It is. Yeah.
The nervous system's the hardest part. And sometimes you're not always, you're never going to completely get to the point where you're just like, I don't care how many antidepressants and like mood stabilizers you're on. Your nervous system is still going to react that way. You just sort of mute it. But
Yeah. You manage it. You
yeah,
learn it. Yeah.
and
It's still gonna
then
do weird stuff.
that's when you start putting in the sheetrock. That's when you start
Yeah.
going, okay, we're going to start doing those things. But here's where I'm gonna. Oh,
Wait,
youngest
what
hatchling just came up with a look on her face and a marker, and she's pulling out a piece of
uh-oh.
paper. Okay.
Uh-oh. Alright, we're about to get something cool.
I know. But that's the whole thing. Is that's when we start going, you know what? We're gonna this whole blueprint's wrong, and we're gonna restructure it and we're gonna redraw it.
Mhm.
And people that from your past may walk into your house and go, "I don't recognize this place," and you're like,
I'm
"Yep,
not yeah. And some people are like, "Alright, well, I'll just relearn this house." And some people are like, "I can't. I can't do that. I
I
can't
liked
handle
it
this
the old
house."
way."
I liked it the old yeah, and some people will fight you about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so you don't know what people are gonna do, and that's another thing that you have to understand going into it, or while you're doing it, that not everybody's gonna like the
Yeah.
new blueprint that you create.
And maybe it's not the house anymore that person needs to be in.
Maybe trigger warning.
Okay, thanks.
May It's possible that the other person was getting something out of that house, getting something out of a particular room of that house that they had access to, and that room no longer exists, which means they no longer have access to the thing that they wanted access to.
Mhm. I think there's also a part of it where hold on.
What to say?
No motivational quote for today. Punch them in if you need to.
That is a motivational quote saying there's no motivational quote, but giving motivation to do. Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm here for it. Today's motivational quote is there's no motivational quote. You need to. I mean, with your prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. Um, no, but I mean, yes, there's that.
Mhm.
I also think that there's a part where you just and we've all been there too, where it just this doesn't it's not the right fit for you anymore. It was great when like you moved in. It was great, all these memories and all these things, and it was
Mhm.
great. But maybe it's just like, okay, I need something different.
Mhm.
And that's okay. That doesn't make you a bad person, and that doesn't make you a bad person for renovating. Like, it
Mhm.
doesn't make them a bad person for going, this isn't really the layout I want, or you took away a room and I really need that room. I really need that, or you added a room and there's too much space or whatever.
Yeah.
This house isn't the right fit for me anymore and I need to go. I need to go.
Yeah.
But that's and it's just as painful.
Yeah.
But I also think at the same time that also leaves you open and going, okay, that's that still sucks.
Hmm.
Still sucks. Because you're like, I did all this work. I did all
Yeah.
of this work. Like I did all of this work, this renovated house. And isn't this house great? It's so beautiful. But maybe it's just
Not
it
everybody's gonna
just because
appreciate it.
yeah, well, it's not even just appreciate it. It's just one of those like, yeah, the renovations are great. You did a
Hmm.
great job. It's
But yeah.
yeah. But that also means that it leaves your house open for you to do more work, and also
Hmm.
leaves the house open, to let people in that is the exact type of house that they want, and that's their
Hmm.
dream home.
Hmm.
And that's and how many of us have seen, like, especially those old renovated houses where they've done a complete gut and then rebuild,
Hmm.
and, like, they do a before and after, and you're like, "I can't even imagine
Hmm.
it being the same home."
Yeah.
And it's just like, but and again, like, okay, we'll put it in this like 1900s home, Victorian home.
Hmm.
Some people love the old wood and the creaky stairs and all the things. And
Yeah.
then somebody like you do the renovation and make it modern. You bring it to the modern age, and maybe some things are rotting and you had to take them out, even though they were beautiful or whatever.
Hmm.
And the person's like, well, this isn't what I wanted. But
Yeah.
somebody else is like, oh,
That's exactly what I
that's
wanted.
exactly what I want.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So it doesn't make either one of them wrong.
No. Yeah. It sometimes it happens.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You want old wood and creaky stairs? Great. That's fine. You want the kitchen that's like this big?
Oh
Okay,
my
cool.
god.
You
Yeah.
want the kitchen that's this
Yeah.
big that has all the old like iron appliances that like, burn your toast? I mean,
Hmm.
but it's quirky and you like it and that's what you want.
It
Okay.
has character.
It has character.
Oh,
Cool.
it's
That's
out there. I'm
it
sure it's out there.
and it doesn't make it wrong.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make you wanting to renovate and being the renovation, you know, that doesn't make you bad either.
Which is why you have to do the renovations for yourself. Because when the renovation's done, you're the only one that has to live with that. So if you renovate for someone else and then you finish the renovation and that person goes, I don't really like it. If you renovated for someone else, you may not be like it very much either, but you got to live with it.
Yep.
So that's why you have to do it for yourself.
I like this line. This time the renovation is built for the people who actually live there,
Ooh, yeah,
which is ourselves.
yes,
And I think that is the I think the hardest and loneliest feeling, because it's like living by yourself for the first time in a long time when you've had already somebody living there for a while.
mm-hmm,
Because again, that feels wrong.
mm-hmm,
And it feels wrong. And then when you start the renovation, because then you start thinking, I can do this for myself. And then you stop, and after so much time and you're there by yourself and you go, I'm actually really okay with the work I've done. I like this house now. And it's not for everybody and it's not perfect. And there's still cracks in the wall and there's still holes in the wall because I don't properly measure for hanging up shit. So there's like a dozen holes in like this like 6-inch diameter area. Like it's fine,
mm-hmm.
but it's okay. And I think there's also sometimes where they're like people still treat you or still react the same way, like you haven't done any renovations. Like you're still this person and you're not.
Mhm.
That's okay too.
I like this one. You don't need the original architect's permission to redraw the plans.
You can talk about that one. You go right ahead.
And that can apply to the original architect. That can apply a bunch of different ways, or to different people. But that's one that I've run into.
How so?
Deconstructing for one,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
I start deconstructing and talking about that, and the original architect's plans, the one who gave me the plans, was like, "But why are you doing that? That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand." But I like the way it was. It was great. Now I'm worried about what's going to happen. That you're doing all this stuff, and I think someone's making you do it. Are you sure someone's not coercing you to do it? Yeah,
That one.
yeah, that one exactly.
Oh, I'm not allowed to have my own thoughts or minds or
Yeah.
opinions or I don't
Mhm.
know.
I don't need anyone's permission. I don't need anyone involved, anyone that benefited from the original blueprints, or anyone who helped create the original blueprints. I do not need their permission to make the changes, to redraw the blueprints, to redesign, renovate my house.
Yeah.
It is up. It is mine and mine alone.
I mean, look at our parents, how our relationships with our parents and the choices that we had to make. I had to make for
Hmm.
sure about going no contact with my mom. Like,
Sometimes you just like lose my address. So,
yeah, but in that doesn't. I don't know. It's one of those. Okay, and they often, because they're the ones that built the house, they're the ones that did the thing. They're often like,
what's wrong with the blueprint?
"What's wrong with it?"
Yeah, why would you change it? What's wrong
Or
with
I
it? It's a
did the
perfect.
best I could.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's great. We're all
Yeah.
doing the best that we can.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm. But wait, here's one.
Oh.
But that was the blueprint that they gave that I got.
Bitch.
I paused for a minute. I took a breath.
See, you still didn't give the warning.
That's that was one that but that's the blueprint that I was given.
David said the same
What?
thing, bitch.
Sorry. I'm bad about this. Okay. Oh, I gotta work on that. Yeah, but that's one that I got.
Oh yeah.
Or trigger warning, but my blueprint was worse. I
You know
did,
what?
I
Fair enough.
did,
You did warn. You
I
did
did,
warn. You
I
did
did.
warn.
I
Yes.
got both of those. I got both of those at the same, but mine was worse. My blueprint. You should have seen my blueprint when I was growing
Oh
up. I
God.
don't care
Yeah.
about your that. I understand that was difficult for you, but that's not what we're doing right now. If you want to unpack that, you can unpack that. But right now, we're
Yeah.
talking about my blueprint.
Right.
Well, I didn't
Double
mean
bitch.
to.
He did do a trigger warning this
I
time, though,
did. I
Jay.
did that one.
I think the one where, well, my blueprint was worse, or that whole that's lacking accountability. That's an excuse.
Yes.
However, my blueprint is definitely worse than my kid's blueprint.
Mhm.
But the difference being is that I took my blueprint and went, here are all the fundamental issues that are going on with my blueprint. I'm going to figure out and see, this is where a lot of people get it wrong and it pisses me off, but okay, we'll come in here in a minute. But the fundamental thing is, like, here are the fundamental things that really, really fucked up my house.
Mhm.
Really fucked up things. And I'm gonna figure out what the problem is. I tried to do better than I had. You don't know what I was like for me at your age. Oh, okay. I might
Mhm.
need to give Jay a
Mhm.
hug after that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, here are the fundamental problems. Here are
Mhm.
all of the things that are the problems. And I'm gonna figure out how what the basis of the problem is,
Mhm.
how to work on fixing that problem, and then making sure that that isn't include that it's done correctly with my
Mhm.
kids' blueprints.
Yeah.
But
That's
here's also the difference is that our parents didn't let us write and develop our own blueprints until we were out of the house.
Mhm. Yes. That's exactly right.
But the problem is that if you've ever taken a child psychology class and actually done, I don't know, your homework or actually
Mhm.
fucking read your, there is a whole adolescent that also pisses me off. I'm like, if you ever take a child development psychology class, there's an entire section on adolescence. Like, fucking do your,
Mhm.
how did you pass that class without doing this work? But understanding that there becomes a point that kids, even in nature, at a point when they hit 10, 11, 12 in the teenage years, they are supposed to rebel against their parents. They are
Mhm.
supposed to question. They are
Mhm.
supposed to, because what that is that person, that is that child finding their own identity.
Mhm. Yes.
And they're supposed to question you. They're supposed, and you, if you're healthy, are supposed to let them make their own mistakes within
Mhm.
reason. Obviously, of course, you don't want them like, going to jail or getting in fights or doing all these shit. I mean, but I'm saying like these parents who think, now you're going to do X, Y, Z, because that's how I grew up.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about sex with you. We're not gonna talk
Yes.
about that, we're just gonna deny it. How is that healthy?
That's yep, that's how we grew up.
Pretending like
Absolutely.
something doesn't exist or denying that or not being open with that. 1, teaches your kid not to be open and honest with you. 2, it is also not allowing them their own autonomy. 3, it's not allowing them, hi, Nev, that is not allowing them to question, that's not allowing them to grow, that is like, but that's the thing. Because that is the time, bringing it all around, I promise. When they hit that time where they start questioning who they are and they start rebelling against you, they start pushing against and questioning you and asking you why.
Mhm.
I understand that you like this is a rule in our house, but why?
Yeah.
I need to know why because that I don't understand. Like I don't get, and you just because I said so isn't a good enough question. Isn't a good enough answer.
Mm-mm.
If you have a reason, yeah.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't you do drugs? Because it's bad for you, and here's
Mhm.
XYZ. But when they hit that age, they are now looking to you because they have ideas on how they want their blueprint to be. They are the ones that have that's them in their own way without having the knowledge and the foundational work or words or verbiage or vocabulary. That is them going, I I pr- okay, I understand that this wall is here, but I want to know why this wall is here. And does this wall really need to be here? Because I really sort of want to do
Mhm.
this.
Yep.
And I don't know if this is you being a good parent or not, because I'm not going to judge anybody else on this, but that's why as the older my kids get, the more I value their opinion. And I value how they feel about things. And I value those things because that's the blueprint that I never got. I just got told you're doing it my way. You're doing it
Yes.
my way. You're going to live how I live. You're going to do what I say, and you're going to do it because I tell you to, because I know what's best for you. How? Because at a certain age, I don't know what's best for you because I'm not you. Yeah. In your formative years, as you're born through 10, 11, are they still going to mess up? Yeah, that's the whole point. You should mess up. And you should stand back and go, okay, you wanna knock out that okay. Okay, Chloe. As long as you're under my roof, you will do things my way or
Yep.
else. Yes.
That's exactly how
And
I grew
it's
up.
trivial shit too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's trivial shit.
It's our parents. It's a difference between, are you raising someone are you raising your child to allow them to the autonomy and the agency to recreate, remodel their blueprint, redesign their blueprint, or are you raising someone to accept the blueprint
That
unquestioned? And the insidious thing that our parents either didn't get, or I don't, if you're raised to accept the blueprint that's given to you, that doesn't stop with the parents. That is how the rest of our lives, how we will respond to everyone the rest of our lives.
mhm,
I don't think the parents understood that's what you're doing when you're teaching obedience over everything.
mhm.
We will, and we accept that, which is that's what we will do.
Yeah.
That's our relationships from now on. That's everything. We've learned to accept it. We'll just accept it
Hey,
until some
oh, go ahead.
yeah. It was like until something happens to negate that. But it can take a lot of years for that to
Yeah.
happen.
I equate
So
that to the whole, as you and I were talking about, as long as you're under my roof, you're going to do it
hmm
because I said so. It worked for like, this is what my parents did for me. So, and it's
yeah,
that generational curses. And again,
yes,
going back to this house building shit, is that it's just like the cookie cutter neighborhoods.
yes,
You're
yep.
working off of this same blueprint, and here are all these fucking problems, but we're going to build this house, and then we're going to have new construction. We're going to build it right here. And yeah, we're going to
hmm
use the same blueprint, and it's still got the same problems, but we're going to build it in this again. So it's this neighborhood of houses that has all of these all the same fucking problems, all the same
hmm
situations. Again, it's just like, this is just whatever until you have somebody who's a cycle breaker, and then you go, I'm not doing this.
yeah. Because when everyone's living in the same neighborhood and they all have the same problems in their houses, everything looks the same and no one questions it.
No.
But when someone moves in from outside that neighborhood and goes, You what?
Or you like
What?
you grow up in that house and you're going
Yeah.
around and going, this sucks.
Yeah.
And then you go, you know what? I'm gonna take nah, fam.
Mm, nope. I'm out.
I'm out. And I'm gonna rebuild this house. And then you start your own neighborhood. And then all of a
hmm
sudden then it's this different blueprint. And
hmm
it's a neighborhood of, yeah, okay, the layout looks different,
hmm
but then it becomes a more stable neighborhood. It becomes a better neighborhood. It
Yeah.
becomes like that's where that all, but you have to, like, that's one of those things where you have to let your kids help be the architect and of their own blueprint.
hmm
You can give them the foundation, and you can, yeah, build the walls and do the structure because that's your job as a parent. That was our parents' jobs. But over time, they are allowed to be their own people, and they're allowed to have their own opinions. Am I going to let them move a load bearing wall just because they don't like the aesthetic and it doesn't fit their aura? No,
uh-huh.
absolutely not. I'm not just saying go be all willy nilly, but you can just go, I understand you don't like that load bearing wall. I understand that that is not something you do, but that
hmm
needs to be that's there for a reason. And let me
hmm
explain this reason why.
Yeah.
And you may not like it, but it's got to stay there.
Yeah.
But we can sort of fill in this window if you don't like it. Like, okay,
Yeah.
that's, or,
But it's like it's the question, it's questioning and then giving, because it's teaching them that yeah, it's okay to question, and here's the response, and here's maybe you're responsible, like, oh, okay, I got it, that makes sense. Maybe you won't like the response, maybe, and that's okay. But it's that's what we didn't have. We didn't get.
Mhm.
I didn't get that I'm allowed to question stuff. I didn't get that I'm allowed to have a
Oh
conversation
yeah, no,
about
no.
this. I didn't get any of that. It was
Yeah.
first of all, you shouldn't question. Second of all, the answer is the answer is because the answer is the answer.
Mhm.
The tautology, like what you understand you're teaching me something right now, right? And it's not good. So
I don't think they know because I think that I mean
no, they don't. They
it's
don't.
worked for them.
That's how they were raised.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know. I think everybody has, I mean, and everybody has their own blueprint.
Mhm.
Some people like two-story homes. Some people like one-story homes with basements. Some people want the renovated
Slabs.
attics.
Yeah.
Somebody wants like, just ranch or
Yeah.
split level. Like it's no one is saying your blueprint has to be the same as everyone else's because that's not how that works either. Every home in its own way is beautiful. The layout,
Mhm.
as long as it fits for you. But it's when you are handed that blueprint and going and you think, this isn't right. I don't like this. I don't like this. I want to change this. And you're just
Mhm.
told, you just accept it. You just go, I don't like any of this, but I don't have the time or energy to invest in that.
Mhm.
Then who are you to blame when you start complaining that the ceiling caves in on you? If the ceiling's caving in on you, do something about it. If your foundation is cracking and all you're doing is putting on cheap fixes. My therapist did it. Oh, my therapist compared it this way because I was talking about so I was complaining about like the social media therapies because my feed
Yeah.
is full of them, like,
Yes.
the self-help and how to improve your friendships, how to improve your daily life, how to, grow, be healthy, how to heal from, how to heal from narcissistic abuse, how to recognize this,
Mhm.
how to recognize the red flag, blah, 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 blah. And I was complaining about it because I was like, some of this shit is stupid. Like, it's
Mhm.
just, again, it's so, she goes, think of it this way. It is, it is the bargain basement of fixes. Because I was talking about how I compared myself to it's the bargain basement. So people go to social media because they don't want to spend a lot of money, aka they don't want to invest a lot of time. They don't want to invest
Mhm.
energy because that's expensive. That
It's
co
harder.
it's harder and it costs more
Yeah.
because it costs you who you were, it
Mhm.
costs you time, it costs you energy, and you'll have to give up capital to
Mhm.
gain a foundation, right? To
Yeah.
gain the thing. So, what do
Yep.
a lot of people do, and we see it all the time, even find, even in all these things, is they go in, they try to find the quick fix, something that'll
Mhm.
as quick and as cheap as possible. And you go to Lowe's and you go, I can do that myself. I don't need a thing. And you go get the cement and you go get the plaster. And it's always okay. Well, that one is really, really expensive. So I'm gonna get this one because it's $20 cheaper. And I'm gonna get this plywood instead of this two by
Mhm.
four because it's you get a lot more and I can make it work. She goes, and that is what trying to get all of your fixes from social media is like, and why it's so frustrating to you. The hatchlings are watching. Yeah, I know the hatchlings are watching. I can see both of you. um, so and you're doing to try to do the quick fixes, and and you do the thing, and it looks fine, but then you end up spending more money because then you do the quick fixes again, and then you get frustrated
Yeah.
because why didn't that stay fixed?
Yeah. Why didn't it hold up why didn't that shelf hold up anything? Why didn't when you start to use the
Right.
space, it doesn't hold
Good,
up.
fast, cheap, right?
Mhm. Yeah. So you can't just go to social media for your therapy and expect things to improve.
I mean, I feel like they can improve.
It
Some of
depends
these
on what you're working on.
I feel like some of these things on social media, everybody had like, oh my God, it's okay. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has
Right?
an opinion. Again, with the house, everybody has an opinion of what the color should be in your house. Like how you should rearrange your room so that it gets the best feng shui.
Mhm.
How to think. And it's the same with how to talk to your friends, how to carry yourself so that you attract better people. The questions to ask your significant other so that they feel seen. The things your friends say that are red flags because they only care about themselves. Like, what is a red flag to somebody else, unless it's like egregious, is like could be a green flag to somebody like
Mhm.
to you.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. Again, I just people try to do it quick and cheap without investing. And I've spent a lot I've spent a lot of capital. And you know what? I will I don't regret it. And it's hard. It was a lot of investment. And the house doesn't look the same.
Mhm.
Not anywhere close. Like I did strip it down bare, down to its studs. And I have spent and I'm still renovating. It's the renovation project, and unfortunately, this is the renovation project that will never end. It's the never ending one, and that's okay, and that's accepting that. Um, but you know what? The renovation project that I'm working on now, and the capital and the investment that I'm spending on the problems now, means that the blueprint for my children
Mm. Yes.
is going to be more solid. Is it going to be perfect? No,
Yeah.
it never is, because it's just being a parent. It's just being human. But I know for 100% fact that my kids, they have a solid foundation.
Mhm.
They know about compassion. They feel safe. They can recognize manipulative behaviors. They can recognize performative behaviors. They have vocabulary and they have skills that I never had at their age. They also have a safe space where they can tell me, "Mom, how you said this to me hurt my feelings."
Mhm.
But because I did and invested the capital and invested the time and really renovated my home, I can look at them and go, "You know what, honey? You're right. I shouldn't have said it that way. I may have been frustrated. I may have been angry, or I may have whatever my reasons were, doesn't excuse how that made you feel.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry." Because my kids get the accountability from me and get the apologies from me that I am still waiting for.
Yeah.
And I think that there's one thing that was part of my blueprint that I know will always be there, but I recognize that that's just one of those, just because of the region I'm living in or whatever, this is the blueprint that just needs to happen,
Mhm.
is I recognize the desire to get the accountability I feel I need, and accepting the fact that I'll never get that.
Yeah.
But my kids will never know what that feeling's like. Well, at least for me.
Yeah.
They will always get an "I'm sorry." They will always get the accountability from me. Always. They will never feel like I am perfect. They will never feel like they don't have a voice in who they are. And they will be heard just because maybe they don't get everything they want, they at least will be listened to. And that is a fundamental blueprint foundation that I never got. And I'm really proud of that. I worked really fucking
You did.
hard.
You did. And it shows. I can tell you firsthand, that the work that you're doing to raise good humans is to me is obvious. It's very apparent in what you've done and how you've helped them to develop a blueprint. The one that because you've given them a better blueprint, but you've also taught them how to change that, how to
Mhm.
make it. You've given them the agency to do that.
I'm sending him to therapy and saying, "Hey, here's a professional architect, and
Yeah,
I don't know everything here. Just let me know.
yeah,
Let me know. I'll support you. Do you need a screwdriver? Do you need a hacksaw? What do you need?
yeah. What's it gonna take?
What's it gonna like? What do you need? Because I'm not a
Yeah.
professional, but I know what I've done. I know what I've learned, but here you go. But yeah,
I'm proud of you and I'm proud of your kids for that.
for what?
For you for breaking the cycles, for giving them that the ability, for working so hard both on yourself and with your kids to do that, to accomplish that. It's not easy. I've just seeing the little amount that I've seen and what you do as a parent to help facilitate that.
Oh,
It's I'm very proud of you for that.
thanks.
And for them for taking that and working with that and to see the growth in them, to see what they
They're
are
amazing humans,
like they say things and have conversations I couldn't have imagined having
right?
at my age. Oh my god.
Right?
Like them voicing their opinions and their thoughts and what them talking about this is how I feel and this is what you said and I'm like I'm my gut. I'm a bit flabbergasted just going, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my
They're
God.
amazing humans.
They
They are
are.
both amazing humans,
So
and I'm
yeah,
very
I'm
proud
so
of them.
yeah.
They are they are. I can't even take credit for it. I feel like I don't
You,
think
you can you can some.
I kept them alive. But I think that both in their own right. I think
Hmm.
I think that I think the thing that I am proud of is giving them the safe space.
Hmm.
And I think I'm proud and I am thankful for the relationship that I have with them
Hmm.
because we can be honest with each other.
Yeah,
I think
that's
the
a big deal.
honesty with each
That,
other and
that is a
and
huge deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not always perfect. I mean, obviously, they're teenagers. They're teenage girls. They are like we.
What? Teenage girls and their mother aren't perfect. They don't. I mean,
No, right? But I think it's I also enjoy the fact that they do want my opinion.
hmm
Um and that there are times where they want things and they do things and who they are just I don't I'm like, okay, well that makes me feel a certain way. But I mean, I'm like, you know what? But that's your decision, that's your choice, and that's who you are.
hmm
Okay. That doesn't mean I think you're a bad person.
hmm
Just means I love you and I support you. Just means that I've got some things that I need to feel. And I think I had that conversation with Chloe the other day. And she's like, "Oh, I don't want to upset you. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to think." And I'm like, "But baby, that's not for you to feel. If
hmm
this is what you want, if this
hmm
is the route you want to go, then I'm going to support you 100%. And that's for me to deal
hmm
with. That is not a burden that you need to carry. That is mine. And I don't want you to ever feel that you can't be honest with me just because you're afraid that it's going to hurt my feelings or you're afraid that it's going to make me angry." Speaking of youngest
Speaking of.
hatchling, actually, you're 13. You can come on here now.
Oh, okay.
hmm
All right. You wanna tell people we're gonna wrap. Speaking of youngest hatchling,
Uh-huh.
she's amazing.
So talented.
She is
So
very
incredibly
talented. Do
talented.
you want to tell people? I feel like this is a good time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna start a shop and I'm making like candy and like rubber band bracelets and stuff and so I made this bag
It looks
All
very
by
cool.
herself.
That's impressive.
and it's like rainbow.
Do you want to
That's
go get some
awesome.
of your other stuff while we wrap up so you can
Yeah.
show people?
Yeah.
So if you want to support Youngest Hatchling,
Mhm.
she's been very dedicated to this. I've never seen her dedicated to something before. So but if you want to support the Youngest Hatchling, again, contact me in the Discord, or you can send me a message through whatever social media you can get in touch with me on, and I will be happy to set that up and help you out. Or I might make an own little community for hatchlings, and then we
That
can
that would be awesome.
post her. Oh, you know what? We could do that. We could make our own little thing on Team AOA, and we can post hatchlings, and we can post stuff for you. Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna show some stuff.
you're going to show some stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
not all. I
So
have a
thank you
lot.
for indulging us for 1 second. She's so proud of it. So, and I am very proud of her. And she has done almost everything by herself. Like almost everything. She's made everything by herself. She even has a business plan, guys. Like
She
she
does.
even
I
has a
saw
business
it.
plan. Like she is big brained this. Like she is,
Mhm.
and you know what? This is one of those things
Very
where you
proud of her.
support your kids. So take it away, Chloe.
Show us your stuff.
I have
Here,
a couple.
here.
Okay.
So you can hear Sean.
I have a
Hi.
few things here, and so this first one is a duck cuff thing. It's made out of beads,
Very cool.
and it spins, so it looks like the duckies are swimming.
Oh my god, that is amazing. I love
And it's
that.
very stretchy.
Yeah. Oh, I would fidget
That's
with that like
important.
crazy.
And then and this is glow in the dark.
Woo.
And
Fancy.
I also have a glow in the dark pink and orange clown that I made
That's so cool.
that I thought was really
Nice.
cool. And it took me like a really long time because I had to figure out how everything worked, like attaching the pieces and
Wow.
whatever. And then I have this two colored purple star.
That's like a Christmas tree topper.
Yeah. And then it's two kinds of purple.
Nice.
And
Very
then I have this rainbow armband thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's
I
really
love that. I
stretchy
love the
too.
color pattern.
And it's like a wave.
Yeah.
And then the rest of this is rubber band stuff. I made this keychain. It has beads on it and stuff.
Nice.
And
Very
it has a
cool. I like it.
flower on the bottom that I made, which I think is
like
like
it.
one of my favorite parts about it.
It's cute.
And then I have two 3D things. I have
Mhm.
this mango.
Oh, I love the face. Mango's got a
Cute.
face.
It's
Of
super
course.
cute.
It is
And
really
then
cute.
The last thing is this sushi.
I think that's adorable. I feel like we need multiple different sushi so we can like make a plate out of it.
Oh, she makes a whole bunch of things. She made a sushi bracelet too. Like it's like white and has like sushis on it. It's
That is
so cute.
so cool. Oh my god, that's amazing.
I'll
I
be
love
right
it.
back. I want to show them my goggles.
Okay, and she made
Okay.
goggles. So she goes between Rainbow Loom and goggles, or for the candy bead thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how old that is, baby.
What?
Nora's going through mess. Ah, do not eat that. I don't know how old that is. She found a
Oh my-
Hershey Kiss in a like Mother's Day cup.
It has been there since I was in second grade.
Do not eat that.
Do not eat
chocolate.
that.
Chocolate does have an expiration.
Okay, all right here.
Okay. Last thing.
Okay.
I have these goggles. They're pink and
Oh my
blue.
God.
I know, isn't this?
And they
she's
have
very impressive.
X's on them, and it's supposed to be like a headband.
Can you actually wear that? Oh my god, that is amazing. That's what she was working on that she wouldn't tell me. She was
Mhm.
working on that. It was like, it's a surprise. Don't look. I
Yeah.
was like, okay.
And she
So,
has
That
so
is
much more
make
stuff.
these.
Yeah.
So cool. Oh my god, I love it.
And Jay gave her a little light box.
Yeah.
Well, I'm borrowing it.
Well, he's borrowing
Okay,
it, or
yeah.
she's borrowing it, but she like it's like all like official and like stuff. Yeah. So we can
That is
post them in the Discord and we can share them out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That's big brain right there.
I know, that is-
love
Stick
it.
back
Bring-
Skittles.
So
He
cool.
did comment to me. Okay, well let's
Awesome.
all right,
Great job.
Clover,
Great job, Chloe.
Good job. And we'll get that started on the Discord, okay?
Okay.
I'm dropping stuff.
Again, speaking of
Your
hatchlings.
hatchlings are the best.
Yes, baby.
It was not good.
What was not good?
Did she eat it?
Old, Nora.
Oh my gosh,
Oh
she
my
ate
God,
it. She
did
did
she
eat
eat
it.
it?
Oh, you know what? I might
She's
have.
gonna get. Oh God, she's gonna have problems.
She has Crohn's. It's fine. The stomach acid will like.
It'll come out anyway.
No, I'm just.
Oh my
kidding.
God.
I'm probably gonna have to. But wrap this all up.
Yeah.
We were not the architects our own, and the blueprint that we lived off of for years was just screwed up, just hands down. That doesn't mean we have to constantly live in it. That
Mhm.
means we're allowed, and we don't need permission, and it's okay,
Yes.
it's okay. And honestly, you can't compare your blueprint to somebody else's. And
What?
everybody's
Mhm.
in their own levels of renovation, and everybody's needs and wants and foundations for their blueprint. It's different.
Yeah. We
You
don't
just
live in a cookie cutter neighborhood.
just have to be happy in the one you're living in.
Yes.
And that sometimes is really, really hard. And the work
That's
it
true.
takes is really ugly, and it's really painful, and it's very overwhelming, and sometimes doesn't feel worth it,
But it is.
but it is. And it doesn't
If you-
happen
your-
overnight.
Your future self will thank you for it.
Actually, yeah. Honestly, if I think back and I look back on the person I was 4 years ago, I didn't think I'd be here. I
Mhm.
didn't think I'd be like this. I didn't think this was a pipe dream. This was just everything about who I am right now.
Mhm.
I didn't think it was possible. I really, really did. I always thought that the quirks and the things and like they would always be there. But it was
They were just your
possible.
personality.
Just my personality. They were just things I learned to live with. They were just my trauma. They were my trauma,
Yeah.
and I just learned to live with them. This is just how I react. This is just a state of being. It's not.
Yeah. Just your blueprint.
It's just my blueprint.
And now
Yeah.
it's different.
You know what? I did the things that my future self did thank me for.
Mm-hmm.
And it still sucked. It still
Yeah.
was terrible.
Yep.
But I think my current self is very grateful to my past self. So,
Awesome. Good.
all right. Promote your stream.
Promote my stream. Oh yeah. That's all right. So we have some stuff happening this week. The regular activities tonight. Here, let me see if I can put tonight. We have some Let's Build with Pep. I'm gonna put some stuff in the Discord. So there's all of our channels. So tonight at 5:30 Central. What's that?
It says RAR.
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 More rars. Look at all them
RAR.
sticky notes she's using.
RAR. I
That's a
know. And
lot
these
of
are my
roar.
good sticky notes.
That's a lot of
RAR.
roars. She roared a lot.
She roared. All right. Keep going. Hold on.
All right,
keep
so
going.
tonight, let's build with me at 5:30 Central on my channel, Dorian Zumbra. So that's where we build Legos and hang out. So tonight we're finishing. I'm pretty confident we will finish the tutor corner this evening, and then if we have time, we will start on the next set, whatever that might be. I am still hunting for my next big set. Hey, Chloe. I will. We're starting on our next set, or I'm still looking for my next Lego set. She can't hear. I know, that's fine. You can just watch. Oh my God, you guys are the. All right, so that is Sunday, and then on Tuesday we have Three Birds and a Dragon. It is on the Team_AOA channel, where it is Three Birds and a Dragon is our RPG podcast where we roll a d20 and let it ruin our lives. We have been using a different format, and it has been fantastic. Oh my God, it was so funny. So please. Make sure you tune in for the next episode on Tuesday at 7:30 Central on the
These goofy
Team_AOA
girls.
channel. You kids are so goofy.
I love them.
Yeah, and that's Tuesday. And then that brings us back to more waking up at Sunday at noon. That's all of our scheduled stuff. So make sure you're following all of our channels. So if we go live at any point, which we do once in a while randomly, you'll be notified. You'll get to come hang out with us. And that's it. That's the week.
That's it.
Same time, same channel.
Were you gonna say
Same.
same bad time?
I was gonna say same trauma time, same trauma channel,
Same bar time, same bar
same
jam.
bar time. There you go. Exactly. That's it. Thank you guys for being here.
All right,
We
yeah.
appreciate it.
All right, you
We
guys.
will see you on the next
and
one.
make sure you check out. We're gonna build a channel for Chloe.
Oh yeah. And we currently have a channel for the Anna swag. I'm still promoting the swag, the Anna swag. So if you're interested in some of her older designs, check out her.
I need to get a new Fight Against the Sadness stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
But if you want to see some of the older designs that we had for our swag, you want to get some. We even have there is waking up gear on there.
There is
waking up swag. So the coffee mugs, hoodies, shirts, etc. All right, we'll get out of here.
Okay, bye.
Bye, everybody.
Did you really just high five over me? Right
No,
now?
we didn't.
Okay, we're live. Hello.
Last week,
You don't even do that well from the front seat.
okay.
And the bear's coming with the cup and spoon.
That's a straight up PBR for the table. I think it called.
She ain't judging us at all.
Did you really just high five over me? Right
No,
now?
we didn't.
Okay, we're live.